Fires raging in the northern and southern part of the state, destroying homes, tens of thousands forced to flee. Red flag warnings in effect.
In extreme wind events, firefighting becomes fairly ineffective.
Some returning home to find devastation. While in the south, Olga spawns tornadoes, our weather team covering it all.
Impeachment battle. A key witness in the inquiry asking a federal judge to rule whether he can testify. Will it open the door for former National Security Advisor John Bolton to cooperate with the investigation? And who's testifying today?
Slender man attacked the girl stabbed by classmates in the notorious case, speaking out for the first time.
My body was in shock.
What she's saying about the assault 5 years later and how she made it out alive.
Skyscraper scare. A window washing platform blown by the wind, slamming into this building and leaving a worker hanging. The frightening moments all caught on camera.
And the Astros come alive.
That's hammered down the line. If it's fair, it's gone. It is.
Their big win against the Nationals, taking a bite out of the Shark celebrations, winning the crucial Game 3 as both teams gear up for tonight's World Series matchup.
Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
Hey, good morning, and let's get straight to our top story, the extremely dangerous and erratic wildfire situation in California, where we have emergencies raging on both ends of the state.
Take a look at this video out of Southern California. A palm tree up in flames. Fires have forced tens of thousands of people out of their homes in this part of the state.
And then there is this video out of the San Francisco Bay Area where the National Weather Service is warning about a potentially historic wind event starting today, which could fuel flames and also bring down trees and power lines.
Here is what we know as we come on the air this morning. Hundreds of thousands of people in Northern California bracing again for protective power outages as the power company takes measures to prevent downed power lines from sparking fires.
Combined, the two fires have consumed at least 27 homes with no end in sight. In fact, forecasters are calling not only for high winds, but also low humidity, creating a tinderbox.
And we have team coverage on the ground. ABC's Will Reeve is up north. But first, let's go to Rob Marciano in Santa Clarita with a look at the weather conditions there. Rob, good morning.
Good morning, Whit. You know how devastating these fires can be, and the man that owns his home, he described for us what life was like before this fire. We're standing in his kitchen, pretty much all that is left. He just bought an espresso machine. This is where his wife and he have their morning coffee, and this opens up to the living room, which now opens up to the sky because the roof is completely collapsed as the fire engulfed this area. Everything else is indiscernible. This TV, well, all that's left of that is the blackened frame behind us. We're about an hour northeast of Los Angeles. This is one of the homes destroyed in the Tick fire, which continues to burn in the hills and canyons around us.
This morning, 20,000 people under mandatory evacuation as the Tick fire burns out of control in Santa Clarita. Officials say the blaze is only 10% contained, spanning more than 4,500 acres. Families uncertain what the winds will bring today.
We may still be here tomorrow. We don't know.
So far, at least 6 homes have been destroyed.
We are sensitive to the fact that people are unable to go home, but that decision is based on your safety.
This Ring video showing residents fleeing as the flames race towards their homes Friday morning. You can see the blaze towering over them in the hills nearby. We caught up with Matt Green, who's seeing his home for the first time since watching it burn from the highway below.
I looked back and I saw the roof on fire and the solar panels caught fire, and I mean, you're not going to stop it. It's too late.
Just 2 years after his family moved into their dream home, it's now a total loss.
I own a company that installs home theaters, so I do all my programming and work at night in here. And I had tens of thousands of dollars in there and couldn't grab it in time.
So this is more or less your workshop.
Yeah, gym, workshop.
It's a total loss.
Totally gone.
He recalls the mere seconds they had to gather whatever they could and get out.
Honestly, I couldn't think about timing. It was just go.
Snapshots off their Ring security camera show what his office space looked like before, and then as the fire approached, and then as the flames engulfed the home.
Save their car jersey. That's good.
He was happy to get out alive, happy to have that that Derek Carr jersey. They hopefully will win against the Houston Texans today. He was also happy to find a pair of his favorite sunglasses, but what he was most sad about, his military medals. He's a two-tour veteran of Iraq, and he lost his medals. He also lost a family album that had pictures of his family that stretched back to the 1800s. So that stuff is just irreplaceable and heartbreaking for sure. A bit of a break today from the winds until later on this afternoon, and then we got another round setting up. Here's how it's going to break down, and this could be historic, especially to start across Northern California. Extremely critical fire danger going into tomorrow. The winds will kick up later on tonight in through tomorrow morning, up to 65 miles an hour, extremely low levels of humidity, fire weather alerts there. And then across Southern California, I think they rebuild their Sunday into Monday, and we're looking at least critical fire danger there with fire weather alerts already up there. You know, these Ring cameras, this is one of the ones that we found, Eva, in the rubble. It's actually still working, and these are great to protect your home against criminals, but they are obviously very defenseless in the case of a wildfire like this.
You can't imagine watching it all happen on that camera. Thanks, Rob. Northern California is bracing what's being described as a once-in-a-decade weather condition throughout the weekend that had the potential to spark new fires. PG&E warning it may have to cut power to millions of people in the Bay Area, its largest shut-off yet. ABC's Will Reeve is in Sonoma County with the latest. Good morning, Will.
Good morning, Eva. Yeah, a brief respite from those winds right now early this morning, but the Kincaid fire is still burning and time is running out before those winds pick up. Historic winds picking up later this morning, or this evening, I should say, sorry, as hundreds of thousands of people prepare to lose power.
This morning, with fires already burning, critical red flag warnings in effect through Monday, Northern California is preparing for the worst. Much of the region anxiously anticipating unprecedented conditions as the state's largest utility company warns of massive rolling blackouts.
We are preparing for what is likely going to be a widespread safety shutoff across our service territory to combat the risk of a catastrophic wildfire.
Nearly 850,000 customers across 36 counties could have their power cut for days as officials forecast the most severe scenario in decades. As the area braces for what officials are calling an extreme historic wind event, peak gusts potentially reaching 80 miles an hour.
In extreme wind events, firefighting becomes fairly ineffective.
Firefighters still racing to get a handle on the Kincaid fire burning in Sonoma County. At least 2,000 people have already been evacuated.
We need them to make sure that they're putting out spot fires as embers get cast from this fire and any other fire that gets started. So we need maximum suppression of fire for this wind event that's coming up.
Flare-ups overnight putting those first responders in sudden grave danger. Reports of one firefighter needing to throw up an emergency fire shelter on the front lines, surviving with seconds to spare.
According to fire officials, that firefighter and 2 civilians were taken to a hospital for evaluation. Their injuries were non-life-threatening. They are expected to survive. Scary stuff on the front lines here in Northern California. Whit?
A scene of devastation behind you there, Will. Our thoughts to everybody impacted by those fires. Thank you. An NYPD officer is in a medically induced coma and another is injured following a police-involved shooting in Brooklyn that left the suspect dead. Police say there was a violent confrontation with 2 men at a nail salon when one was denied access to the bathroom. One of the officers was struck in the head with a metal chair. Bullets were fired, killing one of the suspects. This is the 5th NYPD-involved shooting just this past month and the 48th this year.
And we have some breaking news overnight. It involves the Russian secret agent Maria Butina. She has now landed in Moscow after she was released from federal prison in Florida and then deported on Friday. Butina, as you can see, all smiles as she arrived back home, thanking her supporters. She served more than 15 months of an 18-month sentence after pleading guilty to conspiracy to act as a foreign agent. The pro-gun activist tried to gain access to the NRA and conservative politicians in order to promote Russian interests.
Well, now to the developments in the impeachment inquiry, a new lawsuit that could open the door for President Trump's closest aides to testify. ABC's Kira Phillips is on Capitol Hill with the details. Good morning, Kira.
Good morning, Eva. We're talking about Charles Kupperman, President Trump's former deputy national security advisor. He filed a lawsuit yesterday asking a federal judge to determine whether he must testify in this impeachment inquiry. Now, this is a huge deal, Eva, because it could open the door for other key witnesses who worked in the White House to testify, including those who worked very closely with the president. Key witnesses like Trump's former national security advisor, John Bolton. His potential testimony could give Democrats major ammunition here in this impeachment probe.
And Kira, another development, a federal judge rejecting claims that the impeachment inquiry isn't legal.
Exactly. This was a clear victory to Democrats. If the ruling stands, they will no doubt use this information to bolster their impeachment inquiry against President Trump. The federal district judge, Beryl Howell, ordered the Justice Department to actually hand over secret grand jury testimony from the Mueller investigation to Congress. Now, these documents could reveal previously hidden details to lawmakers about Trump's actions during the 2016 election and become another part of this impeachment push. Eva?
And Kara, you mentioned how Democrats continue to gather testimony for their impeachment investigation. Tell us more about today's closed-door deposition with yet another State Department official.
That's right. Here's what we know. His name is Philip Rieker, and he's the acting Assistant Secretary of European and Eurasian Affairs. He will be the 9th official to interview with the 3 congressional committees leading the impeachment inquiry. He was actually communicating with key officials who are either part of the efforts of Trump and his personal lawyer Rudy Giuliani to have Ukraine launch investigations that would favor him politically, and were swept up in that effort. So Rieker also was communicating with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and his top aides, and may be able to shed some more light on what the Secretary of State actually knew here.
All right, still a lot of questions. Kira Phillips for us on Capitol Hill this morning. Thank you, Kira. Whit?
Eva, thank you. President Trump lashing out at the probe, saying he's handling it all on his own. ABC's David Wright is at the White House with that part of the story for us. David, good morning.
Good morning. Whit, the president continues to insist he has nothing to fear from the impeachment process, but ABC News has learned there is a new effort to add a more robust team to the White House response team. On Friday, as 2 of Trump's predecessors celebrated the life of Congressman Elijah Cummings, the president offered some sympathetic words himself, but inevitably brought the focus back to himself. President Trump did not attend the funeral for the legendary Baltimore Democrat. Instead, as he left the White House to give a speech at an historically black college in South Carolina, Trump cast himself as a lonely figure, battling impeachment alone.
I don't have teams. Everyone's talking about teams. I'm the team. I did nothing wrong.
Meanwhile, in Baltimore, 2 former presidents celebrated the late civil rights leader.
I love this man. I loved his booming voice, but we should hear him now in the quiet times at night and in the morning when we need courage.
Both Clinton and Obama pointedly held Cummings up as an honorable man and an example of public service at its best.
There's nothing weak about being honorable. You're not a sucker to have integrity and to treat others with respect.
In South Carolina, President Trump offered kind words of his own, despite having clashed repeatedly with Cummings, recently calling his district a disgusting, rat and rodent-infested mess.
Not long ago, I met with Elijah in the Oval Office, and I saw the passion he had with me for lowering prescription drug prices. He had a very strong passion for that.
Toward the end of his remarks at Benedict College, Trump compared the threat of impeachment with America's broken criminal justice system, where African Americans are 5 times more likely than whites to be incarcerated.
We'll never let up on our efforts to ensure that our justice system is fair for every single American. And I have my own experience. You know that. You see what's going on with the witch hunt.
And President Trump sounding off about a variety of topics, including the Justice Department, David, now scrutinizing the government's Russia probe.
That's right, Whit. The president was asked about that yesterday at his departure, and he's also been tweeting about it this morning. Yesterday, he said that all he knows is what he reads in the paper. He says he's leaving it all to the Attorney General, but he did add this. He said, I will tell you this, you're going to see a lot of really bad things. Whit?
Investigate the investigators, as the president said. David Wright at the White House, thank you.
Well, in Canada, high winds sent a couple of window washers in Edmonton on a wild ride. Take a look as a suspended platform starts to swing around, crashing into the windows, and then right there, knocking one of the workers off, leaving him dangling in the air as that platform just keeps swinging. Firefighters were called in using a cherry picker to finally bring that man to safety. Just terrifying to watch. The other worker also made it down safely.
And we move on now to Virginia, where this morning there is an urgent search for a missing girl. Police issuing an Amber Alert for 14-year-old Isabel Hicks, who they believe was abducted by 34-year-old Bruce Lynch. ABC Stephanie Ramos is right here and on the story. Stephanie, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan. Isabel Hicks has been missing for nearly a week now, and Virginia police now believe she was abducted by Bruce Lynch. According to ABC affiliate WRIC, Lynch is known to the family. Officials have been working round the clock, issuing an Amber Alert on Friday, as well as notifying the public about a warrant out for Lynch's arrest. Now, the FBI has joined the investigation, and authorities say Hicks was last seen at her home early Monday and hasn't been seen since. Officials believe Lynch is armed and dangerous, warning the public if they see him, do not approach. Police say they're believed to be traveling in a 2003 Toyota Matrix, blue, silver in color with Virginia tags, adding that it appears they may be traveling out of state and staying near campsites. Now, at this time, the sheriff's office does not know if Hicks went with Lynch voluntarily, but her family, of course, is pleading for her safe return.
Of course, we feel for that family this morning.
I want to switch gears, though, because we discovered on your Instagram last night you had a really eventful night. Check out this video I want you to see. Stephanie singing the national anthem at the Brooklyn Nets game.
Yep, that's me. It's so exciting. It was.
It's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people. I wasn't focusing on that. My son, though, my 8-year-old son, first thing he tells me is, are you sure you want to do this? There's a lot of people out there. I'm worried for you. I'm nervous. He was watching the entire time like this. But it was so nice it was so great to do this and to be invited there at the Barclays Center. It's kind of like a homecoming. You got the Knicks and the Nets playing. You're in Brooklyn.
You do it all, by the way, Stephanie.
I know.
Mom, journalist, Army major. I didn't know you could sing.
Incredible.
Well,
you're like the Swiss Army knife of humans.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's a good line. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. That's a good
So impressive. So impressive. We got to move on now. We've got to check the weather again. Let's get it back to Rob, who's in Southern California with what they're predicting to be historic wind conditions there. Rob, tell us more.
Well, again, the man that owns his home is an Army vet, 2 tours in Iraq, and I'm sure he would give a salute out to Ramos on that rendition of the national anthem. We do want to show you what's going on across the Gulf Coast. Got a serious storm that's rolling through there. We've had tornadoes touch down across parts of Alabama and in some of the neighborhoods in Mobile. There's significant damage yesterday. 1 of 6 that spun up ahead of Tropical Storm Olga, which developed quickly, but now has come onshore. It's post-tropical. It's kind of been melded into a frontal system, and a lot of rain today. Look at all that on the radar, all up and down the Mississippi River, now stretching into the Ohio River. We've got flood watches that are posted, and this will eventually make its way north and east and getting into the northeast by tomorrow. But very wet weather, 1 to 2 inch rainfall rates with this per hour, so that could cause some spotty flooding. That's what's happening weather-wise nationally. It's time now for a look at your local forecast.
Well, good morning, Washington. Saturday will start off cloudy, also a little bit on the cooler side, but temperatures into the mid-60s today. Seasonably cool, a stray shower not out of the forecast. I think we will have the chance again for an isolated shower for Game 4 here, but mainly dry. Temperatures remain mainly steady there into the lower 60s. Unfortunately, bad news for the Marine Corps marathoners. We do have rain likely in the forecast. Could even have a couple rumbles of thunder closer to midday. Temperatures in the mid to upper 60s.
Should be a beautiful day here in Southern California, at least to start, but the more winds are coming later on tonight. Guys, back up to you in New York.
And people there will be watching the weather, hoping for those winds to die down. Doesn't seem like they're going to anytime soon. Well, the Astros battling back and pulling themselves from the brink overnight, taking Game 3 in the World Series. ABC's Janae Norman joins us with the highlights as the Nationals and Astros are set to square off again. Seems like the series is like built for the team that's away. That team does better.
Right, and I mean, we've got a series this morning. The Astros making hits, stealing bases, as this team showed they are not going quietly.